have you seen any cause for concern, or okay na ba talaga outside Metro Manila? Because even if you remember, Negros was a hotspot for the longest time. Now they've opened up, and Boracay has opened up, etc. So parang when Metro Manila opened up, everybody opened up.
Yeah, well, in fairness naman Sito, most areas outside Metro Manila are in a good situation. A lot of them better pa nga than Metro Manila yung numbers eh. For example, Cavite, I mean, of course, Calabarzon, okay na talaga yung numbers. They're in low risk. Sa Cebu City, also in low risk. So meron mga isolated areas. Pero generally, pababa na yung cases eh. We're surprising eh. Wala na halos yung nagkakaroon ng increase in cases. Siguro we could just be more careful with Negros Oriental. Although moderate risk na sila, medyo mataas pa yung hospital utilization na. So Negros Oriental, sa Region 2, Isabela, and then yung Catanduanes, which we've been hearing in the news. Pero I checked the numbers of Catanduanes. Hindi naman ganun ka taas yung daily attack rate nila. So, kumbaga, relatively compared to the rest of the country, siguro medyo mas mataas yung cases dito sa mga areas na to. And also Zamboanga City pala. And also sila rin yung, dahil late yung surge sa kanila, medyo mataas pa yung hospital utilization nila. But overall, I think their numbers are improving din naman. So siguro a bit more cautious lang with these areas na nasabi ko. Pero the rest of the regions outside Metro Manila, we're in a good situation. I mean, we're averaging just 1,300 cases na lang per day sa whole country, and around 300 of that sa Metro Manila.
Okay, so and that's well spread. There are no points or areas of concentration. Kasi dati, you could actually tell the hotspots. You could say, oh, it's in this province or in that province. Is it now spread thin and very manageable?
Yeah, it is spread thin, Sito, and it's surprising. Parang, the numbers just dropped. I mean, from a high of 26,000 nationwide to just 1,300. So parang wala eh. I mean, kasi kami, we always report yung mga hotspots na yan eh. So kung meron naman, we would report it, and we're not hiding anything. So yun, it's good numbers all around, yun nga, except for these few places na pababa na rin naman. I mean, kasama na rin dyan siguro Baguio City. Pababa naman, but a little higher lang compared to the rest of the country.
Was it because of the flood of vaccines that arrived in the Philippines, or is there another reason that you could cite why we have this surprising drop in the number of cases?
Well, we actually saw the surprising drop in other countries na Asian, like Indonesia and India. And people are just wondering, bakit, why the sudden drop, a very sharp drop, and no resurgence? Some people are saying na sa India, for example, baka daw the cases are higher before ng surge than what was reported. So they have a significant natural immunity. In fact, na nag-survey sila what do you call that? Serological survey sila. In some areas, they found 50% had antibodies. So marami na tinamaan ng COVID. So it could be a little similar to our situation. There are more cases than what was reported. So there's significant antibody or significant resistance. And then plus yung vaccination, we might be close to herd immunity. I mean, I'm not saying we are. It's just a theory na mataas. Let's say, for example, sa Metro Manila, ang total number of cases, I think, is around 800,000, which is not even 10% of the population. Pero sabihin natin, suppose it was higher, like 20% of the population, and then you add yung vaccination, then you could already be at mga 80% fully vaccinated or with antibodies. So that is significant protection. And that's what we're also not seeing in some countries like Singapore, which is having a surge right now. Vietnam, which is struggling to contain the surge. Ang common dito sa mga countries na nagkaka-surge ngayon ay hindi sila masyadong nagkaroon ng surge ng alpha and beta. They were able to control it. Tayo, we had a massive surge last March ng alpha and beta. So kumaga, we've been, tinamaan na tayo ng storm multiple times na by this time we have developed the resilience na. and these other countries, they were able to avoid the beta surge. So ngayon, no tinamaan sila ng Delta, they're still having problems even with a lot of vaccination.
A very interesting point you made, that the countries who were initially badly hit by COVID-19, particularly the Philippines, India, and other countries, seem to have had a situation na nagkaroon ng antibodies at bumaba yung mga kaso, reduction of cases, whereas countries like Australia, New Zealand, China even, they keep having resurgence and problems of recurring breakouts.
Yeah, Sito. But of course, that's a theory. We can only validate that once we have a serological survey. Kumbaga, gagawa tayo ng post-pandemic survey by testing antibody levels of people or presence of antibodies of citizens. So
Mm.
that's a theory, pero it seems to be a pattern na yung mga hard hit talaga are relatively safer after. Of course, yung mga European countries, they were also hard hit. Kaya lang,
Mhm.
they have also removed the mask mandate. So that's one big difference. Parang, alam mo naman sa Europe and sa US,
Mhm.
not only wala ng mask mandate, but yun nga, they're trying to get back to the old normal. So I think that's a factor din. And some people are also pointing to the seasonal aspect of COVID, na dahil lumalamig, dumadami na naman yung cases ng COVID.